Welcome to Scotland and welcome to the banks of the Firth of Forth, just outside Edinburgh. We are in a little village today called Blackness. We're going to have a look at Blackness Castle, which is just over there. This was one of the filming locations for the Outlander TV series. I wonder whether you'll recognise it. Shall we take a walk along the coast? This approach road to the castle, and it really does look quite spectacular as we walk up to the gates. If you want to come to Blackness Castle, it's probably easiest to do it by car. I followed the M9 out of Edinburgh, took the Bowness turn off, and after that it was really well signposted. I paid £7.50 for an online ticket. If you want to walk up and pay at the door, it'll be £8.50. We'll just let them check our ticket in the ticket office and shop. Right, we're in. Where to start? A little bit of information, maybe. Blackness Castle has stood guard over the Firth of Forth for more than 500 years. 1440s, Sir George Crichton, Admiral of Scotland, builds Blackness Castle, apparently in the image of a ship. Yeah, I can see the shape. The amazing thing about this place, other than the power of history, of course, is its truly spectacular location on the banks of the Firth of Forth. What is this? Just below the castle walls. Let's head inside, and as you would expect, it all starts with a dark, gloomy tunnel. There's always loads of stairs, isn't there? I love these nifty circular windows. Maybe these were used for shooting arrows through. Right out there over the Firth of Forth. Oh, look. There's a tower on the inside. Would we call that the keep? This is really quite impressive. And another visitors' attraction in Scotland that I've never been to, despite having lived up here for 32 years. It was obviously built directly on top of this solid rock. There's not even a proper path up to these doorways. Spiral stairs, of course. Mrs. E will be really pleased she's missing these. Actually, these aren't too narrow compared to some we've done. And those spiral steps have taken us here to the Great Hall. And it's a bit echoey, isn't it? Flagons of wine and lots of cooked meats. And this balcony just off the Great Hall gives us some great views of the Firth of Forth, and for the first time we can see the Forth bridges over there on the horizon. I think I spotted like a pier or a jetty as we were coming in, and I think we need to go through this archway to get to it. Ah, yeah, we have a little drawbridge here as well, look. It's bitterly cold today, but it's a great time to visit these castles in the winter because, of course, not many people come along, so you almost have the place all to yourself. Yep, you've got to watch where you're stepping. This place is obviously very popular with the seagulls. This is known as Blackness Bay. Well, obviously there's the castle and there's Blackness, the village, in the distance. And it's quite a sheltered bay, apparently, and so the harbour served as the harbour for Linlithgow, which is about 5 miles away, and we've been to Linlithgow before. There's a fabulous palace there, which was the birthplace of Mary Queen of Scots. So obviously they had to come here to Blackness to catch the boats. Anyone fancy a drink out of the well? Right, we're back at that central tower, also known as the main mast or the prison tower. It is very dark and gloomy in here. Who's up for some more spiral stairs? We're definitely getting our fair share today, aren't we? These are a little bit narrower. The tower is multi-levelled and each of the rooms is huge with great big arched ceilings. Oh, I think we're nearly there. At the top. Is this it? Oh, I do believe it is. There's the pier down there we've just been to. That's probably the best view we're going to get of the Forth bridges. Blackness village over there. Looks like they've got plenty of boats still. We'll have a wander over there once we're done here at the castle. Time to go back down those spiral stairs. I always find it harder on the way down. Actually, that wasn't too bad. So they used Blackness Castle as a facsimile for Fort William in the first series of Outlander. And I think it was in this location that Jamie Fraser was brutally flogged almost to death. Are you an Outlander fan? Let me know down in the comments. What's your favourite Outlander location? Actually, who's your favourite Outlander character? We're outside the castle walls now, in the grounds. Most of the blue sky we had earlier has retreated to the very far horizon. It's got really quite grey and gloomy. But actually the weather's been pretty good for January here in Scotland. Here we are back on the banks of the Forth, and there is that pier we were on earlier. Only one more thing to do this afternoon. I think we'll just take a quick trip up the road to Blackness village itself. I do believe there's a pub there. Another pier. This one is less ancient than the first one, and this is Blackness Boat Club. Great views of the castle from the end of the pier. There is a pub here. A very brightly coloured pub called the Lobster Pot. It says Blackness-on-Sea is twinned with Saint-Tropez. Is that true? They do have music every Wednesday night. Seems this pub is an award winner, the Food Awards Scotland 2025. Oceanic Award. So obviously you can get lobsters. You've got to ask for the price though. We've got burgers, $14.95, haddock and chips, $16.95. I bet it's quite nice sat out here in the summer. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little drop of history. Well, actually, it was more like a dollop of history today here at Blackness Village and Blackness Castle. If you want to find out a little bit more about Linlithgow, which I mentioned earlier, I'm going to put a link to Mary's birthplace, the Palace of Linlithgow, up on the screen now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one for some more travel adventures and a little drop of history.